People often file adjustment of status, even though they know or have reason to believe that they may have weak cases, merely because they know that they will get a temporary opportunity to get an EET card and work and perhaps travel. And so that's also one of the things that they're trying to combat. That's been a publicly well-known thing in the last several years that people do. And so what they're saying in this memo is that consular processing was congressionally to be the default way that people get green cards, right? You go for an immigrant interview in your home country, you get an immigrant visa, and you come in with that. That's the default way. And that the adjustment of status is more of a, not a default, it's the exception way when circumstances warrant. So that's what they're arguing also with this memo, that consular should be the default and adjustments should be more rare. Now, inevitably, maybe as early as next week, there's going to be lawsuits against this. That's inevitable, right? People always sue to push back on everything. Whether the lawsuits will be successful or not remains to be seen. I think that there are a lot of arguments here, a lot of valid arguments, honestly, on both sides, on the government side and on the potential challengers side. I think both sides will have very good arguments to make. And the courts in recent years have kind of swung both ways. You saw in the H-1B case late last year with the 100K rule. That was based on historical standards. There were very, very strong arguments against that rule. And yet the courts so far have gone in favor of the president for that. So it's not really possible to determine exactly which way it goes. Also, this is not the new memo today, it's not a new regulation. This is basically just a memo of reminding people of what the law already is. It's just a minor interpretation or guidance. So since it's not a formal regulation, it's not really something that can be challenged potentially immediately. This might have to wait until people start getting denying and challenging cases on appeal one by one, and then see what happens that way. There's a lot of movement how this is going to be challenged, and it's going to take a long time to sort out. And finally, what they lay out is basically a reminder that this is a discretionary matter. When it comes to do an adjudication in a form of discretion, they remind people that the rule is basically what's called the totality of the circumstance. They look at the negative factors. This person may be entered on a tourist visa and he's overstayed his status, so those are all negative factors. And then they look at the positive factors. They say, well, maybe this person has, immediate family in the United States. This person has strong ties to the community. These are sort of, subjective things. Maybe they look at the financials, etc. So they weigh the pluses and the minuses, the positives and the negatives, and they make the determination that way.